And good evening, everyone. Thanks for clicking on WDTV.com. I'm Carrie Lingaliotis.
And I'm Nicole Porter. Here's your top stories we've been following here on 5 News. A devastating accident took the lives of 2 children this past weekend, and we've been waiting to hear if the water truck that rolled onto the car had brake issues.
That's right. Today, Police Chief of Clarksburg, Marshall Goff, told us as of right now, the truck appeared to be working fine, and that includes the brakes. He said the inspection is not done, so nothing's been set in stone as of yet. Now, that accident happened around 9:30 Saturday night at the intersection of West Pike Street and Route 50. Chief Goff told 5 News that the 2 children were 7 and 8 years old. He said, according to the driver of the truck, the brakes stopped working while he was driving down the exit ramp, and that's when he lost control. He hit the sedan, and the woman driving that vehicle, Lucretia Matsai, and the truck driver were both taken to UHC. Now, both of them are expected to be okay.
State police in Randolph County are investigating the death of an inmate at the Tigard Valley Regional Jail that they're calling suspicious. They told us 36-year-old Charles Everett Ellison was found by his cellmate around 6 o'clock Friday morning. EMS was called to the scene, but Ellison died at the jail. His body was sent to the state medical examiner's office in Charleston for an autopsy. Ellison had been at the jail since October 2011 on charges out of Pocahontas County.
More continuing coverage now, this time of a fire at a service station in Belington that concerned firefighters because there was liquid propane inside. Well, days later, that fire's still burning. That's because the fuel hasn't completely burned out of the Southern States truck that was inside. If you remember, crews were called to the scene around 7 o'clock Friday morning after the owner heard explosions while he was working on the trucks. Now, no one was hurt, but crews have to keep that truck cool to avoid any other explosions. And that means firefighters have to keep watch 24 hours a day on that building. Now, there's no word on when it might end.
Another thing that local firefighters are worried about right now is the danger the warm spring-like weather we had this weekend brought with it. The sudden rise in temps could create some problems if you're looking to do any outdoor burning. The National Weather Service in Charleston released a special weather statement this morning about a higher chance of fire danger for at least the rest of today. According to the statement, above normal temperatures mixed with low relative humidity and gusty winds have all combined to create an enhanced fire threat for the spread of wildfires. Open burning of any type is considered dangerous at this time. State fire officials say any debris burns that may accidentally escape are the #1 cause of wildfires. Also, you should be careful with heat and sparks while you operate any equipment or smoke in wildland areas. Firefighters have a few tips on what you should do to keep things under control if you are doing any outdoor burning.
You are to have a cleared area of 10 feet around the surrounding fire. You are to have a method of extinguishment, and it must be manned at all times. Obviously, anything can get out of hand at any time and destroy other people's property. They can set wildfires, fires to other structures, anything of that nature.
Here in our area, the counties that need to be most concerned are Taylor, Tyler, Ritchie, Doddridge, Braxton, Gilmer, Lewis, Harrison, Upshur, and Barber counties. And it was a busy day in the House of Delegates where members passed 4 bills, including one that deals with gun laws.
And they're calling this a big step towards abolishing a handful of local government firearm ordinances. Now, this passed in a 94-4 vote today, and it clarifies that all such gun laws must be enacted at the state level. Supporters say the goal is a uniform set of regulations for the entire state. Now, they also see this measure as upholding Second Amendment rights. If passed in the Senate, this bill would strike down a handful of ordinances. For example, Charleston enacted one in the 1990s that would limit handgun purchases to 1 per month and require the buyer to wait 72 hours before getting the weapon. Charleston officials say their ordinances target people who buy multiple guns on behalf of someone else. The guns then command high prices in areas with strict gun laws. And Governor Earl Ray Tomblin is moving ahead with his plans to bolster the state's middle schools. He commissioned a 10-month review of middle school grades with an executive order today. Now, this comes after the Southern Regional Education Board recommended that middle schools do more to start students towards college and career readiness. Tomblin's order hopes to find ways to make that and other findings a reality. Now, there's going to be 19 people on this commission, including 2 state school board members, 2 teachers and a principal from middle schools, along with 5 citizens, including 2 reps from teachers' organizations. The findings of this commission could contribute to new laws to improve the state's public schools.
Let's take a peek at what our newsroom is working on for Fox 10 at 10 and 5 News at 11. First up, we'll have more on what schools in Lewis County are doing to keep kids safe day in and day out, and it may involve more people than you think.
Plus, the House of Delegates passed a bill that they say that will protect the rights of gun owners. Find out more on that tonight.
That's what's making news this evening. Of course, be sure to tune into Fox 10 at 10 and 5 News at 11 tonight for the latest news and weather.
And until then, have a great night.